Like this video and subscribe, or this will be in your room tonight. Literally, all you have to do is just like the video.
Stop, those intros going around YouTube are fucking cancer. Like the video, because you like it, not because of some cancer intro.
What it do, guys? So it has been 5 days so far in chapter 2, but in that time I've been able to see which skins are sweatier than others, and in this video we're going to be breaking down the top 5 sweatiest skins of chapter 2 of Fortnite. So if you come across a player wearing the skin, you know that you're versing a better opponent than if you were just against someone else with a completely different skin. So these are the top 5 sweatiest skins of season 11/chapter 2 so far. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. So starting off at number 5, one of the sweatiest skins this season so far is the Journey/Hazard skin. Most players who wear a good back bling with the Journey skin tend to be pretty sweaty, but not as great as these other sweatiest skins of the season that I have on this list. It's extremely popular, obviously, because it's the first skin that you do receive after purchasing the battle pass, but you know, not every player using it will be an actual player. There are actually tons of bots that I've run into that have been using the Journey skin also, but if you run into a real player who has used the Journey skin, then they might put up a bit of a fight, and that is why they're our number 5 pick for the sweatiest skins this season. At number 4 on this list, as you may have already anticipated, I put the default skin. Now, the default skin is redesigned for chapter 2 with a different jacket and different pants, with there also being a new skin model for the default, such as the blonde girl that we've formerly seen used for like soccer skins and things like that. I've encountered a lot of sweaty defaults in arena mode, and most of the time when you run into a default and it's not an AI bot, you'll have a rough fight because of how sweaty they are. Honestly, I like the design of the new default skins in chapter 2. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments, but honestly I think it looks way better than the classic default skin, and the fact that they have more kind of green colored jackets now does suit the new map a bit more, and yeah, I just find it a lot more enjoyable to play as a default skin now that they have changed the look of them. And if you put a green back bling onto a default skin, it looks hella good now. So in my opinion, the chapter 2 version of the default skin is way better than the default skins we had access to in chapter 1 of Fortnite. However, at number 3 on this list, even though the skin wasn't released this season, Aura still remains to be a very popular skin in the competitive scene, and if you run into an Aura skin, you'll most likely have to put up a fair fight in order to survive. Most of them that I run into are pretty mechanically skilled and know how to box fight well and how to crank builds well, so you know, be careful about that. I mean, it is a clean skin and it only runs you around 800 V-Bucks, so that's probably why it was so popular. Tons of streamers such as Clicks also did use the skin, so yeah, I'm really not surprised that it is popular, but I've run into tons of good players using it even in chapter 2, so it's still a really prevalent skin and a really popular skin nowadays. However, the last 2 skins on this list are actually from this season and are exclusive to chapter 2. So without further ado, let's get into the 2 most sweatiest skins in Fortnite as of chapter 2/season 11. At number 2 on this list, Remedy/Toxin is one of the sweatiest from the battle pass, as it's unlocked around halfway through the battle pass and is a clean looking skin. Anyone I encounter using the Toxin style of this skin, which is kind of like a toxic kind of doctor style of a skin, has been super sweaty and has killed me easily. But of course, as time goes on, it will become less and less sweaty until eventually it'll be one of those skins that pretty much every player uses at some point since they gain access to it. But this season's battle pass is a lot harder to grind through, So I have a feeling that most of the players that I see in the first couple weeks of Chapter 2 will be sweaty if they are using this skin. Before I reveal the most sweaty skin in Chapter 2 of Fortnite, I'd like to talk about some honorable mentions. The tier 100 skin for this season, which is called Fusion, and all of its styles are super sweaty, as most of the players who buy the whole battle pass will be very good at the game, and they're probably streamers or content creators. But I don't encounter this skin often enough to add it to the list. I've only seen it like around 3 times in the game since, 5 days ago. Now, let's get into the number 1 most sweatiest skin of Chapter 2. And I've put the Outcast skin at number 1, meaning that it is the most sweaty skin in Chapter 2 of Fortnite. Now, this is another skin that has 2 styles, and it ran you, I think, around 1200 V-Bucks in the item shop. The 2 styles it has are Default and Alter Ego. The default version is bright yellow with a cap, and the Alter Ego version is basically like a light blue shade of color with a beanie, and both versions of the skin look hella clean, and it was in the item shop just a few days back, and will probably return soon for all you guys that want to get your hands on it, because a lot of people did miss out on that item shop drop if they didn't have good enough internet to download Chapter 2 of Fortnite straight away. So far though, all the players I've got into fights against wearing the Outcast skin have been super sweaty, especially if they're wearing the Alter Ego style, which is the light blue style. But both styles of the skin have been really sweaty, and I think it deserves the number 1 spot so far in Chapter 2. So there you have it, guys, the top 5 sweatiest skins of Season 11, aka Chapter 2 of Fortnite. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and feel free to leave your top 5 list down in the comments below. I will go and leave a heart on it, and I'll reply to your guys' comments.